Okay.
All right. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to the film room. We are here with Matty Bowman and his accomplice, Daniel Hoffman, who's going to give some insight into this round and did the filming. Matty, let's get into it. Here we are on number one. Let's see what we've got here. We've got, I think you piped this one.
Yeah, absolutely smoked it, actually. I think it was about
Good.
10 yards past Hoffman's, actually.
There you go. I love the trash talking
Oh
already.
my gosh.
Let's get it. 119 looks like just into the rough. Looks like you got a good number. Hit a good
Yeah,
shot.
that was
15 feet
perfect.
left. Yeah.
Gave up on the putt early, but it was
Now,
center.
that's probably
Yep.
honestly the best putt I hit all day, so
This was the best hole all day.
You
Yeah,
know,
things were
walk into
looking.
the second tee and, with a par. So, Maddie, tell us a little bit about yourself real fast. Did you grow up playing golf? How long you been playing? What's your handicap? What do you got, bud?
yeah, my name's again Matt. Nice to meet everyone. I've been playing golf since I was like 6 years old, so I've been playing forever. Honestly, I've gotten worse as I've gotten older, so I feel like that might not be the thing that most people see, but I've genuinely gotten a lot worse. But I think a lot of that's probably due to strategy more than skill, as you'll probably see. So, yeah, well, I mean, I'm like a nine handicap. At one point, I was like a two or three, so it's really gone downhill in the last like 4 to 5 years.
Okay, so
Um,
yeah, that's all right.
so yeah, so what you'll see here is a lot of inconsistency, and some unintelligent golf, which I'm trying to work on.
Okay. Oh, that's
So
you
yeah,
know what that's why we're here, right? Um, Daniel, quick background on yourself. I know you play a lot with Matt and maybe helping him out a little bit. Quick
Yeah.
background on you.
I been a member at BCC since 2020. Matt came on board, and yeah, he's a 9 handicap, hiding in a 5 handicap swing, and we've been playing partners quite a bit, and just trying to get him to manage the course a little bit better, manage his honestly body language a little bit better, and
Uh-huh.
hoping to stop losing money to his dad. I think
yeah.
specifically that's a huge goal. We need to uh, we need to get him to score a little bit better. He's a good
I
golfer,
was
but
gonna
he's got
say,
got to score.
I was gonna say, I don't think me and Hoff has ever won anything
Yeah.
together. So
Yeah.
2025 is the year, fellas. I've got a feeling for you guys. All right.
exactly.
All right, here we are on number two, 150-yard par. Whoops. Um, par three. Oh, that's one club drop. Okay, we got the counter going now. um, yeah. So we got the checking the runner on first. Um, and so yeah, you're down there. So here's the thing, right? On that shot, yes, we are. I don't know what is it, 20 feet below the green, right? Knowing that you've got a bank on the other side, go ahead and file away, right? Get the ball and try to get the ball onto the green. Now,
Mhm.
granted, it looks like it was probably a pretty tough lie. So I don't know what the lie was like, but he came up a little bit short, and you can see the ball rolling back down to the
I
bottom.
would,
So
yeah, I was gonna say that kind of goes to my tendency. I try to hit like the perfect shot versus like the smart one.
sure, exactly. So you
Yeah,
have a lot of green up there, right? So
yeah,
what happens is trying to get cute or hit the perfect shot. You know what? Maybe 1 out of 10 times we're going to hit that perfect shot, but go ahead and let's play the odds and hit that safer shot, right? Get the ball on the green, and at least then maybe you've got a putt for par. Other
agreed.
having a tough putt here, to try to save a bogey or whatever it is, right? But you know what? You hit a really good putt here, I thought. Um,
Yeah, it was a
great.
solid strike. Like,
Yeah.
putting is honestly my worst part of my game, so I'm
Oh,
glad to
really?
see someone
Okay.
complimented it here.
I like the lab putter though. Well, it's sometimes you have difficulty picking up the ball too. It turns into are you a soccer player?
Oh, I wish.
Okay. All right. Cool. Very
This
good.
is probably
Okay.
the best drive I hit all day, though. We'll say.
Yeah, this was
This one was
smoked.
smashed. I
This
love
is
the
the
tempo.
yeah, this is the low handicapper in him.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
good club twirl there. That was good. Uh, okay, so
Another one of my issues I'll say before we get
uh,
started is I feel like I try to shape the ball too much, like oh, little Bubba Watson, like get a
what
draw, get a cut.
what do you question for you? What do you feel comfortable for a shape shot or a shot shape?
Well, I
What's
guess a
comfortable?
draw.
A draw.
But
Mhm.
which is why it's like I feel like here, like my path is good, but my
Yep.
club face is just open, which is like the issue on number two as well. I think that's my
Just
tendency.
kind of shoved it. Yeah.
Yeah. But I got new
So
clubs now, so maybe this is fixed.
it probably is with the new clubs. So I kind of like it. So here you are. Yeah. Second shot on number three. And you said that you kind of shoved it a little bit. So let's see that swing. So yeah, you get a little. You didn't throw it. That's good. So yeah, you're in a good position there. Maybe the takeaway is a little bit inside, but
Yeah.
then probably with that type of swing path, a little bit more in to out, you just held on to it. It looks like rather than letting the club go. Releasing it. So we just need a little bit, maybe some more release on it.
Yeah.
But do you see that, Dan?
Yeah,
Right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, his position at the top is really good.
Yeah. Yep.
Um,
Agreed.
I think
Agreed.
it's
Yeah.
also like completing your swing.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Not
when you give
stopping.
up on it, it's gonna go right. So
Yep.
I feel like there are shots that you can sort of save as well
Yeah, I agree.
if you feel
Yeah.
it going right.
Yeah. More of a handsy player. You have a lot of hand rotation. Probably when you're playing well, right? That was a good shot out of that
Yeah.
lie. You hit
Hmm.
a good one there.
I would say chipping. Another thing, chipping's probably the best part of my game. I would say Hoff might disagree. I think I'm the best chipper at Berkeley. I'll just say it.
Uh-oh.
A lot of people might disagree, but
Just
I mean,
again,
going
you
out to
did
everybody,
you did
right?
the most chipping at Berkeley today at this stage.
exactly, exactly. But we'll see.
So okay, so here we are on number four, and we know you're the best chipper. So where were you looking to try to hit this ball? What was the game plan off this tee?
Yeah, so I have this shot I like to hit where I tee my driver down to like here, and I know
Okay.
it's just going to slice, so I
Okay.
kind of just aim at the trees and then try to put it into the fourth fairway,
Oh, okay. Into the fifth fairway.
fifth fairway. Yeah,
Fifth fairway. Oh, okay. Okay. Good. Good. Because that's what you spot on then with this shot, right? You teed it down low, you hit it out the trees, and it faded back to the right. So that's a productive shot,
Yeah,
right? I mean, you did exactly what you were wanting to do.
he's
So
got a
here,
exactly.
he's found the secret window.
yeah, exactly, yeah, yeah, perfect. Okay, so here we are with our approach shot. Looks like about 148 yards, um, and I think we leave this one out to the right again. Yep.
Yeah,
Is
every
it?
single time. I feel like my contact was good on all these shots, but for some
Uh-huh.
reason, just like was leaving out right today.
Okay, so it's I wasn't really looking at alignment, but that's also something that I would definitely be aware of with your alignment. So lots of times we could put, it doesn't look like it's terrible. Looking at the picture there, I mean, you kind of just off the right side of that tree, maybe just a little bit left of the tree. But that looks okay when you run that swing back. Um, it kind of you can see how you just hold it again, right?
Hmm.
Feeling that right arm release the golf club is going to help square that club face up.
Yeah.
Um, and I don't know, is that a common tendency for you? Is to miss everything to the right, or was this
So
just a different day?
yeah, I would say my and Hoff can test this. I have the far left ball, like really sharp duck hooks. So I think this might have
Okay,
been like a overcompensation situation.
Hmm.
okay, I
Yeah.
got it. Okay, perfect. Because you get we're seeing, and we're only on the fourth hole, and we've already seen three or four shots out to the right. So if you're out there playing and this starts to happen, don't be afraid. Hey, let's get this ball starting on a better start line. Don't be afraid to just tweak this, not the swing, the club face, right? Tweak the club
Yeah,
face a little bit, close the club face just a touch, and see what happens in those situations. Maybe getting the ball on a better start line for you.
agreed. I think something I'm horrible at is adjusting. Like when
Sure.
something goes wrong, I have a really bad time of like, oh, how do I fix this? I kind of just like
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
kind of screwed for the day.
yeah, exactly. And Dan can probably attest to this because he's a great player in his own right. But sometimes we don't know what's causing it, right? So if we don't know what's causing it, or a bad shot, then we don't
Hmm.
know how to fix it on the fly, right?
Yeah.
So that's
And
Agreed.
why I like to sometimes maybe call it manipulate the club face, right?
yeah.
Just a little bit, because that's an important aspect of where our start lines are. So you could open the club face, close the club face. You can do many things, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Sometimes
Exactly.
sometimes it just you gotta play like within the impact zone, I feel
yeah,
like.
yeah,
Just like the lower, the bottom of your swing and don't have to
yep.
overthink it.
Agreed.
Right.
But then sometimes you just have to dance with the girl you brought,
That's exactly yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly it. You got it. So here we are with the best chipper and BCC,
You gotta get the ball on the green, dude.
and
It's like,
and we airmailed it.
yeah.
Yeah, one too many flop shots, probably.
But that's exactly what we were talking about earlier, right? So that's a back right pin, and for those that have played at Berkeley, that's a coming from the angle that you were just at. That's a hard chip, and you're trying to pull off the perfect shot, right?
No.
And you had a bunch of green to the left of that hole, right? So you know, don't always. I guess you don't always have to shoot right at the pin, right? Take maybe take your medicine, hit it out to the right a little bit, because you got a good putting stroke. You really do. Um,
Well, I've gone through like about 8 putters, so this is my eighth one. So maybe this one's the one that fixed it.
Oh, that was a good
no,
putt.
yeah,
Mm,
yeah. That should maybe just a smidge too much pace, but this
yeah,
This
here,
is
lots of pace.
the,
this is a funny reaction. He really wanted this putt.
yeah. So that's what I was gonna say, right? So he wanted, Matt, you wanted the putt given, but they said no, I think, and in a pressure situation,
He
your
he
nails, right?
he
I mean,
gutted
right
it.
in the
Yeah.
center. That was perfect. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love it.
Probably the best one. I have like really bad posture too. If you like, I have like the Hunchback of Notre Dame situation going. I'm really inflexible, so you'll notice that like
Yeah,
I have
yeah.
a hard time getting over the ball.
Sure, sure. I'll tell people I think a good way to try to change that, yeah, because you could see some rounding in the top of your back, right? Standing up straight and just kind of putting your hands on your hip, keep your back straight and just push your butt out, right? So that's a
Yeah,
good way just to try to get into a good posture. Because in this picture, it's different, right? You don't have as much rounding in the back. So I think that's a really good setup there. Um, so this one here, oh, the one-footed, one-handed, I like it.
Yeah.
Right in the
I
middle of the
tend to.
fairway.
Worked out.
I'm very steep. So I
Yeah,
tend to hit my driver really horribly. So
uh,
if you see anything in my swing that's like the reason for that, I would love to hear that as well.
yeah, definitely. So one thing that I think will help, take a little bit of that steepness out of the swing is with the driver only because the ball is teed up. Tilt back a little bit. So we're changing our shoulder plane, angled up a little bit. So that's going to help maybe shallow out the club a little bit also on the downswing, and launch the ball higher, right? So we want to get the ball airborne, right?
Mhm.
With less backspin than hitting steep down on it. We're creating too much backspin, right?
Yeah,
But yeah, I think just kind of giving yourself a little bit of a tilt with that driver, that's going to help that right away.
So that's
I like
a
that.
spine angle thing.
So yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
getting your spine angle tilted backwards a little. Yep.
But I I I deal with that too,
hmm
but I have issues maintaining that like just at the top. And I think that's like a flexibility thing.
Yeah, it could be a flexibility. So, so there are some people that have that. Um, and what I would tell those people is so you tilt and now your head's back behind the ball. We're trying to launch the ball high. Try to keep your head behind the ball at contact. That'll help
Mhm.
you try to stay back on the ball a little bit and then
I like that.
launch it high. Definitely.
Yeah, I
Um,
hit the ball really low even with like my irons as well,
Yeah,
which you
yeah.
probably
You like you're trapping it, right? You're hitting,
yeah.
like you said, you're hitting steep down into it. Definitely. That's one thing just to be aware of. But okay, so here we are, your approach shot, same kind of story, right? just kind of leaving it out a little bit, maybe up and out of your posture a little bit, keeping that club face open. But here you are hitting your chip shot back. Okay, I think it ended up on the back side of the green, maybe.
Not bad.
No, not at all. I mean, you're doing you've given yourself at least a putt to make your par.
Ooh.
Tough putt, but
Very tough, yeah. But it
Yeah,
wasn't.
I don't think
Uh,
I was telling Hoff, I don't think I've ever parred this hole.
it's not an easy hole. It's the green. Number one, you've got to get the ball in the fairway, in my opinion, right on this hole. Number two, the approach shot is not easy just because of the contours of the green. And then if you miss, you miss the green, you've got a difficult up and down.
Yeah.
the wind's tough to judge on this hole because it
Uh,
comes through that chute and
yeah,
you
correct.
can
Yep.
feel it
But
more, feel it less.
yeah, but that was a good putt to save a bogey. I mean, that wasn't an easy putt. You could see how much it was breaking there at the end. That was good. On to number 6. Your good position there. But we'll see that putt again.
Yeah, such a good putt. Why not?
It was a replay. That's it. So here, do you block this one a little bit? I think
Yeah.
out to the right.
Yeah. So I try to hit like a hook, like
Okay.
tee down hook,
Yeah.
which again might be not the smartest shot. So
So
Yeah, I mean,
oh,
especially the way you're hitting it today, right? It's like
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And
you
and
got
how did you try to attempt to hit that hook? What did
Yeah,
you do differently?
I tried just to align myself really far right, close to club face, and just try to hit a big sweep, like come from away from the inside,
Away from the
typically.
inside. Okay.
But it doesn't look
Something
like I'm aimed that far right. So
you could see your feet, right? The feet are down the left side, just kind of hung and left the club face open. Something else that could help in that situation when you're trying to play a draw, try playing the ball actually back in your stance just a little bit, right? Because your path would be more into out when it's further back in your stance than it would with the driver where you play it way forward. The path is more out to in, right? So
like that.
just next time, or when
I
you're up
like
at the
that.
driving range, try and messing around with it. Okay, so here we are. Okay, so what are you trying to do here? Are we trying to just hit it underneath those trees? You trying to go over the trees? What's the thought process?
Yeah. So I kind of just try to hit like a slice under the tree to get around the green is
Okay,
the main goal.
okay.
But I probably hit more trees than anyone else. So it's probably another big issue here is that I try to again hit the perfect shot.
Oh yeah, that's like a Sergio follow through. That was good. I like
Yeah,
that.
you like that?
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
This actually worked out pretty well.
Yeah. It looks like you got through them, and again, so here you are. You've given yourself the opportunity to try to get up and down to save a par, right? These aren't easy shots. That pin's on the left side, middle left, I'd say, and you're coming in from the left side, so it's a little bit more difficult. But I mean, you hit a great shot.
Yeah. Nice club twirl too.
The club twirls are
They're
10 out of
tight.
10. I'm
Yeah, they're
telling you.
tight.
So here's the par putt. It wasn't. Yeah. Oh, we're going back to the club twirl. There it is. uh,
Pretty sweet. This hole's another hole I don't think I've ever parred. So this and 5 and 6 are like by far my two worst holes I've ever played.
so yeah, it's tricky, right? Especially again, this green complexion is really tricky, and for those that don't know this green, it's actually pitched from front to back. So that putt that you had going from the back of the green to the front of the green is much slower than what you would typically see, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Frankly, I feel like they should have given me that last one as well. If we go back here, I was kind of expecting that. That's why I missed that one.
yeah. I agree. I mean,
Yeah, my
you're in the
bad.
trees, you pitched out, and God,
Yeah,
give the guy a bone, man.
I know.
Come on, Dan.
We hit holes. We hit holes. We play
Uh,
golf.
so here you are. I mean, this swing was a really good swing, right? Um, you're you got this one. I think this one was up right around the green.
Yeah.
Smoke that.
Yeah, that was a really good one. And here you are. Oh, yep, this is the best chip at Berkeley.
There it
There,
is.
there, yep,
Call
there it
this
is.
shot. We gave you
The
that
th
one. We gave you that one.
the thing is, like, I feel like I do hit my lower ones better too. I get those closer, but like something like it's like the devil in me is like wants me to hit like the sick flop
So
spin, which
yeah, right. So if that's when I teach short game, I'll ask somebody, is it easier to throw the ball way up in the air to get it close to a spot, or is it easier to roll a ball? And lots of
yeah,
times it's easier to roll a ball, right? So the less air time, the reason being is because we don't have to make as big of a swing, right?
yeah,
With a ball that's a chip shot, for instance, right? The bigger the swing, the more errors we're going to bring into the equation, right? So that's
yeah,
just something to keep in the back of your mind. That's all.
yeah.
Um,
Lots of errors.
yeah, right, exactly. So okay, here we are. Picturesque number 8. Man, it was a gorgeous day out there.
Oh,
Um, yeah, this one was smashed. You got
yeah,
that
another
one.
smoked.
Yep.
You, you got new cleats coming, right, Maddie? I feel like
Actually, yeah, got new golf shoes from
this is
the
gonna
Berkeley
help.
Pro
It's gonna
Shop.
help a lot. I mean, the
Nice.
slippage is a thing.
Yep.
But you did
So,
smoke that.
yeah, that was a good one. So this picture here, you could see how um, far left you're aimed with your feet, and I
Yeah,
think right. I think that we missed this one to the right. I believe.
yeah,
Um, so with your swing direction, your swing path, keep in mind they're two different things. You again, you leave the club face open, right? You're that swing direction and the path on this one was way in to out, so
yeah,
it's making it harder for you to release the golf club or close the club face down, right? So that's
yeah,
kind of the reason why we're missing a lot out to the right today or that day.
yeah.
But
That
I
makes
think,
sense.
yeah, I think you caught it solid, right? This was a pretty solid shot.
Yeah, I went like pin high, so
Yeah,
not complaining.
yeah.
Left myself in kind of a tough spot again, unfortunately.
Right, exactly. And we probably tried to play the 10 out of 10 shot or 1 out of 10 and we leave it. So in that case, right? So you're hitting back to a green, you can fly it to the hole, right? Because you've got a backstop, right? The ball is going to stop really fast. You don't have to try to get cute on that one. Um,
Yeah,
but it's all learning, right? And trying to figure this hard game out.
yeah.
um
I do think that one might have been a little bit on the chunkier side too,
yeah,
unfortunately.
yeah. This was a good shot though.
Yeah, I thought that was gonna be perfect and just didn't roll out.
Right, yep, but the right idea, right?
Yeah, good
Yeah,
concept.
yep. And
Oof, the
then
posture.
yeah, you could something that might help the posture with the putting is maybe standing a little bit closer to the ball and standing more upright,
Okay,
right?
I like that.
Rather than slouching over. Because even in some of these putts, your eyes might be right over or slightly outside the target line, right?
Hmm.
If anything, you want them either right on top of or even slightly inside the target line. So
Yeah,
um, that might help a little bit. Actually, there it looked okay.
horrible speed.
It's you know I tell everybody, right? Speed is more important than direction. You could be 2 feet off on your aim, but your speed could be 10 feet by, and you still have a 10-footer. Whereas bad aim, 2 feet off, but good speed, you only have a 2-footer left.
Mhm.
And hopefully those guys give it to you.
Yeah,
All right, on to number 10, or excuse me, number 9. Um, what do you? I didn't see this one.
I was trying to hit like a hook around the trees.
Big hook. Okay.
Yeah. I think I left it out a little bit, but honestly was
Okay.
kind of just got really thick lie, unfortunately.
Yep.
Look at this
That's,
finish.
that's a good.
What is going on? Yeah.
It was a buried lie. He had to go down after it, and the one handed. It looks like Barry Bonds' home run finish.
Yeah.
In college, my coach called me the reaction. So
Hmm.
that gives you any indication.
Did you play golf or baseball in college?
College, golf with I was on a little
Oh,
after
you guys played
Hoffman.
together. Oh, okay. I didn't
Hoffman,
real.
we never overlapped. I played with Mario,
Yeah, you play with
Oh,
another
okay.
member.
Oh,
Marius
Yeah,
is
awesome.
the, yeah, he's the
Okay.
link.
the
I love
link.
it. I love it. That's great. Okay, so again, not a bad miss. It wasn't an easy lie. Um, Here we are. We're trying to get up and down again. Um, let's see what we've got here.
Solid.
Yeah, it's pretty
Yeah,
unreal shot.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's really good. That was a really good. That's a much harder shot than what it looks. Oh, breaking
He's
out
got
the
the
aim point.
aim
Is
point.
that the
Yeah,
aim point? I like it.
first time, ninth hole.
Good. Try something new when the ball isn't going in. What do you got? Oh, stick
Electric.
to the aim
Yeah.
point. Stick to the aim point.
We got to do it more often.
Dude, that was awesome. That
Yeah.
was great. That was, you know
Finally,
what?
Satwick gave me a putt.
You know what, Sawick? I'm not making them. I'm going to make this one, and you're not giving them to me. So I love it. Bookend pars. That was really good. You know what, Matt? There's you've got a lot of talent there. I think for you, um, probably playing a little bit more conservative, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
Aiming toward the bigger part of the greens, right?
yeah,
Giving yourself the opportunity to make the pars, make the pars, make the putts. You've got a good putting stroke. You've got a good swing, right? I think making sure what's going to help is alignment, going over
Mhm.
alignment drills, and making sure that okay, I'm working with a inside out, kind of path. I like to hit the draw, but I need to be able to release that golf club, right? I need to square that club face up, feeling the rotation in your forearms to help square that club face up. Otherwise, you're just kind of hanging on to it. And today you were just leaving that club face open all day long, right? Um,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
no,
The typical thing I hear is I have like the swing of like I guess Hoff said a 3 or 4, but I have the course management and IQ of like a 20. So just gotta
Yeah.
marry those together
But
a little better.
it
this
needs
is
a
the first step, you're calling it out. It's the analogy I feel is like you're playing darts and you're always going for the bullseye. Sometimes you
Yeah,
gotta
yeah,
go for the
yeah.
30s and 20s and the bigger targets and
yeah,
Exactly. There's a lot of room out there on the golf course. And what happens is you see a pin stuck on the right hand side and you go at it, you miss it on the right side, and now you've got a difficult up and down, right? You'd be happy to walk away with a bogey sometimes in those circumstances when you might have all day left and it's much easier up and down from the left side, for instance.
yeah,
But I think it's knowing when to pick, the times when to go right at the pin and when not, right?
yeah,
So that just comes with playing. Um, but yeah, I mean, middle of the green is never a bad, mistake to make, hitting it in the middle of the green. But
yeah,
I
yeah.
loved watching those 9 holes. You're a very animated player. I think it's great. The reactions are awesome. The club twirl is 10 out of 10, dude.
I appreciate it.
But you hit a lot of great shots. I thought that you hit your driver really well. And stick to it. Dan was going to help you around out there on the golf course and strategy and that kind of thing. But no, you did great. So
I
thanks for coming on, Dan. Thanks for the help. Keep track of your partner there.
yeah.
appreciate it. You guys are all the
Thanks, Dave.
best.
All right, guys. Thanks.